Hello everybody, it's Fiona from Stamping with Fiona. Trying to get back into the swing of things after a bit of a break. I had a heart attack and then COVID, and it took a long time to recover. So I've carried on doing my monthly card classes, but those are private, so I haven't been doing any Facebook Live. So just wanted to come on and say hi, share with you something that I've been doing from the new mini catalogue. And also to share with you some celebration ideas. So this is the card that I made using the Cactus Cuties stamp set and Cactus Builder punch, which I love a punch. So that's just what I want to share with you today. It's also a slimline card because in this catalogue, Stampin' Up have produced some slimline envelopes. So there's three colours. That's soft succulent. I think it's, I'm not sure actually. It doesn't say on the back. That's one of the pale greys, smoky slate, and then the basic white. So I've made one card, which I want to show you how I did that. But I'm going to change up the colours a bit because I used Pear Pizzazz on here and Fresh Freesia, and I do like it. I had to re-ink my Pear Pizzazz pad because it was very light, and now it's a bit over the top. So I'm going to just change up the colours a little bit. So I'll just put that to one side. The wall bits are cut from Designer Series paper, which is the Bloom Where You're Planted Designer Series paper, and it's the cactus are from the new mini catalogue, and at the moment it's also celebration. Woohoo! So the cactus punch and stamp set, page 66. There we go. Is £29.50 for the two, which is amazing price. And if you spend 45, so you just need another £15.50 to get some inks, some cardstock maybe, and then you can choose a free product from the celebration. So there's stamp sets, there's Designer Series paper, 6x6 paper, 12x12, and there's some beautiful stuff in there which I'll be sharing with you over the next few weeks. So let's crack on with this one. So this one was, as I said, it was Pear Pizzazz base and basic white, and this time I'm going to use Fresh Freesia. So I've already cut the card and the base, stamped the sentiment, but I haven't stamped the plant pots or the actual cactus. So I'm going to show you because you can punch one pot and one cactus, but the others you need to fussy cut. And last time I did them on basic white with an ink pad, and this time I'm actually going to do colour on colour. So it's Fresh Freesia for the pots, and I'll stamp in Fresh Freesia, and that's Granny Apple Green. So let's just get cracking. So I'll just do the stamping first, and then we'll do the cutting. And in fact, because they're photopolymer stamps, I'm going to actually rest on one of these. So do the pots first. Do love these. So that's the wrong ink pad. That's for the cactus. Let's get the Fresh Freesia. And I just want 3 plant pots. Now this is the one that you can punch. So which way around is the punch? That way, I think. No, wrong way around. So I'm just going to stamp it on the other side. Oh, I'm getting in a muddle now because I'm so not used to doing these videos. Right, so I need to have that. Okay, You need to have that straight edge up there. And so that's Fresh Freesia on Fresh Freesia cardstock, and that was Fresh Freesia on basic white. So you can see quite a difference there. So that's that one. I'm just going to quickly clean it on my chamois and move on to the next one. So that one I can punch out. Seem to have frozen on my iPad, but hopefully it's there you go. And it doesn't leave, you know, on some of them you get a white edge. With this one it doesn't do that, so get a bit more than I bargained for there. Just that one there. I'm so out of practice of doing these, I do apologise. I need to get back into the swing of it. So I'm hoping that going forwards it'll be Wednesday afternoon will be my regular time, and all the instructions and everything will then be posted on the Facebook description underneath and also on my blog. So that's the first one, and then the second one is this one. Quite juicy, my Fresh Freesia, but that's okay. I apologise if there's a bit of background noise. I've got the window open and it's a little bit of traffic noise. I think it's just the kids coming home from school. So that was number 2. And number 3, it's got this little diamond pattern on, which I really like actually. Right, so that's all my pots stamped, and I'll just do the same thing with the cactus. Get the Fresh Freesia out of the way. And now I'm going to do the Granny Apple Green onto Granny Apple Green. I love these new style cases where they've got the picture on the inside and you just lay them on so you can see what's missing. It's great. Just got Granny Apple Green all over me. Just get some of that off. I don't want to get it on the cardstock. I have got a completely green thumb. Look like a bit like Shrek. And I've washed my hair already today, so I'll have to wait. Okay, so the Granny Apple Green we're going to do cactus with. So, and I just love cactus, and I think it has something to do with that we used to go to Arizona a lot, and the saguaro is my favourite cactus. Just beautiful, always reminds me of being there. Now these are going to have to be fussy cut. That's okay. That's one. Good wipe. And this reminds me of aloe vera. I don't know if that's what it's supposed to be, but that's what it reminds me of. And this one will be fussy cut as well. 2. And then the other one will come out. So I need the ridge on the bottom like that. Now get that out of the way so I don't stick my thumb in again. they look quite dark because it's colour on colour rather than onto the white, which is great. So you'll see a complete contrast in a minute when I finish this one. So I've already stamped the Just a Note. I did that in Pear Pizzazz, but actually that matches quite well. That was a Pear Pizzazz one, so I'm going to use that. So first one I want to punch is this one. I'm just going to cut it so that I don't waste loads of cardstock. Apologise if the camera jumped then. Okay, so that's, you see how different that is? That was onto white cards, so you've got the white, and here you've just got the granny apple green. Okay, so that's that one, and the other two are going to be fussy cut, so that can go away. Whoops, throwing things all over the place today. So I'm done with the punch. That can go back on my shelf, and I'll fussy cut these. Now, because the punch has gone right up to the edge, it hasn't left a white surround, I'm going to do exactly the same with my fussy cutting. So I don't want it to be, you know, look any different. Normally I would have everything ready, but I'm feeling really disorganised at the moment. I think it's just because I'm not in the swing of it. So if you could bear with me, that would be great. And it's beautiful. It's 4:10, and there's a beautiful blue sky with some red appearing in the clouds. So hopefully we're going to get some more nice weather. I prefer it cold and clear to those horrible low grey skies, even though it means we probably get a frost, but there we go. So there's my 3 pots, and there's my 3 shelves, and now I've got 1 plant already. Which pot does that go? It goes in that pot. Now I'm just going to cut these 2 out, and then we'll get sticking. It's quite a quick card. The hardest part for me, I think, was the initial measurements, because I do love a slimline card, but I'm so used to doing them at certain sizes. So I've written all my measurements down, and I will post them if I can edit it, I'll put them above the video, and they'll also be on my blog. So. And as I said, yeah, having a punch, although I'm still having to fussy cut some bits, but it does, I mean, you could do the same pot in different colours, you could do the same cactus, but just the different pots would make it look different. So that's 1, 2, and I've lost my 3rd one. There it is. This one's a little bit fiddly. agree. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put my shelves on. No, I probably should glue this on first because otherwise it won't be flat. Let's glue that with some Tombow. Last time I didn't do it that close to the edge, and I ended up having to lift the corners to put a bit more glue in. So let's try and do it a bit closer to the edge this time. I love fresh freesia. It's one of the in colours, and we've got it for another year and a few months, so that's good. Right, okay. Now I use dimensionals for pretty much all of it, except the base of each cactus. It was a trick I saw one of the demonstrator managers using them on stage. So I'm going to put my bits of wool. Now what I usually do is just lay them out to check how I want them. So I've got them staggered, and I might go the other way this time. I'm not sure if I want to have that white at the bottom. Can you see that? Let me just move it up a bit. I'm not sure. Last time I did it right to the bottom, but I think I might have a bit of white this time. And then what you need to do is get your pots and relevant cactus and work out where your next, so that's that pot for that one, and that's the big cactus going in there. So my next one needs to be above the top of that one, which is going to be that one. Yeah, I might need to come down a little bit because I left a bit of white. That next one I think is almost going to be off the top of the page. So let's bring that down a bit and bring that one down a bit, and then that one will go there. And let's hope it's not going to stick above the top of the card. Right, so what I'm going to have to do is push my cactuses down a little bit in the previous two pots, I think, to just make a little bit more room. But that's the layout, okay? So what I'm going to do first is, with dimensionals, put my bits of wool on. And once I've got those on, then I can start with the pots. So these are all dimensionals, the pots and the wool is all dimensionals, and then the cactus is a bit of a trick, so I'll show you that. Right, let's just line that up there. That's it. It's going to go there. So I've changed them up slightly. This is, the white card is slightly shorter than the green one, and I've made my walls slightly wider, which is why I'm going to have to scrunch the cactuses a little bit. That's what's made the difference. So that can come down to there, and then that one will just, right, because I'm not sure about the room at the top, I'm actually going to do this bottom two first. So the pots again. In case you're wondering why I use so many dimensionals, I don't like it when things get squashed, and if you don't use enough dimensionals, when they get posted they can. So I'm just tucking that pot under a little bit. Now what I'm going to do with the saguaro, oh it's not a saguaro really, but I'm pretending it is I put a dimensional at the top, and I use Tombow at the bottom, and it just gives it a little bit more dimension. You can actually see the plant sort of standing up as opposed to the whole thing being up. So it's going to push that under there, hold that down like that. that's it. So that one's on. And this one, don't need quite so many dimensionals, it's not quite such a big pot. There we go, and then the same thing, just going to have one dimensional at the very top and a little bit of Tombow. And again, I'm going to just push that under to give myself a bit more room. So can you see on that one, take that one off, it's flat at the base and then you've got dimensionals. So I think that's a really neat trick. Right, then my last bit of wall, now I can put that a little bit lower, that's great. Okay, so I have to tell you I'm certainly going through dimensionals with this project. Hopefully I've got lots more in the drawer. I'm waiting for a delivery at the moment from Stampin' Up, but it's, I think, it was due today and they changed it to tomorrow, but I have a sneaky suspicion it's still in Frankfurt, so right, let's get that as low as I can above the plant. There we go, just to give myself a bit more room. Just one dimensional for that one. And then what I'm going to have to do is push the plant down a little bit. Yay, that works perfectly. Great. Right, now I need the mini dimensionals for this one. It's too, the other ones are too wide. Just get rid of all the backings. See where these ones end up today. I'm going to have to cut that in half because that third bit is a bit too narrow. I love that. Right, so now all I'm going to do now is cut up my sentiment. So it's stamped in one line, and then I'm just going to cut it into individual words. And again, I'm going to use dimensionals for that. So the A is probably going to be a really small one. Yep. And then I think I might get away with one big one on that one. Just and I have a perfect person to send this to. I had some news from a friend today and she's not had a very good start to the year, so I think it could be a good card to send her. Oh look, dimensional backings are getting everywhere. Right, and then last but not least, the little bows, which I did with linen thread. And I usually struggle to tie bows on camera, but I was watching a demo the other week and I saw she did it a different way. So I've started trying to do it that way, and actually, do you know what? I am finding it easier. So Famous last words, fingers crossed. And because it's wrapped around this reel, it's quite curly. So using my bone folder, I'm just straightening it. And then I'll go the other way. There we go, should be straighter now. So on this one you can see I put 3 tiny little bows, so I'm just going to try and replicate that. Still a bit too big. Still a little bit too big. That was much easier. And trusty glue dots, which are brilliant for this. So I've just rolled the glue dot up on the back of my thumb. Right, that's the first one. 1 down, 2 to go. Gosh, it's so much easier doing it this way than the way I used to. I have no idea how I used to do them, but this is by far and away easier. So same thing, I'm just going to roll a glue dot up with my thumb. Go on number 2. And last but not least. Do you know I really like this card? I just was playing because I wanted to have a go with the slimline because of getting the envelopes, and I haven't done any yet. I had done some mini, I'll show those to you. I had done some 3x3 cards with just a single cactus on. And I did do a class earlier in the year using the wall and plants. So I kind of, it's not even really replicating it, but it just gave me the idea. So, right, last time rolling the glue dot up with my thumb. Just pop it on the top one. Okay, so Pear Pizzazz base, Pear Pizzazz on basic white, Fresh Freesia on basic white, Fresh Freesia base, Granny Apple Green on Granny Apple Green, Fresh Freesia on Fresh Freesia. Which do you prefer? And you can see I have made this one slightly smaller because I just think in terms of ease of getting them into the envelopes, I think they will both fit. Let's just get the envelopes. I thought I had one out. Oh yes, I've got one here. So yes, that one will fit, but it's a bit tight, and that one there's plenty more room. So I kind of think I need to just get my measurements right, really. It needs to be in between the two, really. So I'd love to hear which one you prefer. I'm going for the Fresh Freesia on Fresh Freesia with Granny Apple Green. I like them both, but I think that one just pops a bit more. Anyway, thanks for watching. I do have some, as I said, I did some 3x3s, completely different colours. So this is Just Jade, Pool Party and Calypso Coral, just a pack of 3, and that is Calypso Coral just stamped off. So they're really cute. Also, just to let you know, I will be doing a class which will be free with a purchase, online purchase through Stampin' Up, through my shop. So I will be posting details of that, and we'll be making some beautiful, beautiful rainbow cards. So if you want the free make and takes, for a purchase of £35. I will be posting an event soon. Watch this space. And if you'd like the measurements for this card, I will try and put them on the Facebook post, and if not, they'll be on my blog. But thank you very much for watching. Hopefully see you next week. Bye.